Okay, good morning. Sorry, I had to go get myself another cup of coffee. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Alrighty, well. Alrighty. What have we got? That's what I wanted to do. Thank heavens for that. being recorded, isn't it? It is, it is. Another cup of coffee. That's a good thing. Now we'll see how we make out with this report that's coming out in a couple minutes. Yeah, literally 2-3 minutes. So we're gunning for that orphan up there. That's what we're aiming for to the downside, or beg your pardon, to the upside. And if it goes the other way, there's actually a couple of orphan levels way down there. But what is likely to happen is it'll shoot up first. But we'll see. Alrighty. We've got less than a minute. Okay, down to the last 10 seconds. Let's see what it's going to do. Oh, of course, we got to see what the number is, too. There we go. Orphaned hit. Wow. Let's scroll that back. So look, and now it's dropping like a rock. Oh, and shooting right back up again. Boy, these guys are all crazy. How far did it make it to the second? Look at that, folks. Right to the second target, to the tick. That's what we like to see. We like to see those fire lines working. All right. Well, let me get rid of that screenshot thing. And got to stop it. There we go. Beautiful. Well, it's too bad I was the only one in here to enjoy it. That was fun. Okay. So, back to reality here. See what we can do. And the NASDAQ, oh, it just missed its orphan. Just missed it. Oh, actually, it was so close. So close. How close was it? Well, the day isn't over yet. Wish I could get rid of this crosshair. How do I do it? Don't know. It's not there. Maybe it's here. There's got to be a way to get rid of this crosshair. There's got to be. Oh, okay. Oh. The drawing toolbar. Okay, NASDAQ is about to hit its orphan. Let me get that figured out there. Where it is, it's right there. There we go. It's trying. So NASDAQ's going up a lot harder. Okay, NASDAQ only has to squeeze up about another 20 points to hit its orphan. It's trying. So if anybody out there is long the NASDAQ, hang on. You're about 18 points away and closing. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you're almost there. Another 14 points to go. Eight points away on the NASDAQ. It's still going. It's trying. See if the S&P can push through its second. All right. 4 points away for NASDAQ. 4 of them. And, oh, it's bumping up against it. Come on, you can do it. You're almost there. 21, yes. Come on, 2 more points. 2 more. 2 more. Well, that's close enough for on a boat this big. Holy smokes. Let's get this all straightened out here, shall we? What if I was to... No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Let's do it this way. And as you can see here, check that out. The orphan, because here we are over on the NASDAQ now. The orphan, which is that green line, and the second target are within ticks of each other. And there, we now just took out not only the second, but the orphan. So there we are. Absolutely textbook. And that just worked perfectly. And now it's falling like a rock. Just tanked 25 points. Soon as it hit it, down it went. Okay, well, let's squish that up. And there we are. And rally on it goes. I'm going to back that off so we can see just, I'm going to make that a 1 minute so we can actually see the price action around that level when it hit it. Okay, so there it is for the NASDAQ. So it hit it, came right back down, and now it's fighting its way through it again, on its way to the third perhaps, way up there. Time will tell. Oh. I don't know how to do it. I want to get rid of them though, I know that much. Oh, I see. Okay. That's how you do it. Okay. Holy cow, what a blowout number. What a blowout number. Hey, 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 how you doing? Good to see you here, Erkin. I was all by myself when the fireworks went off. It was so sad. I was all by myself, but it worked out great. How are things in your part of the world, apart from being early? Yeah, I bet you are. Well, you got lots of time to have a cup of coffee and that sort of thing. And then when you wake up, I'll show you this orphan level thing. Are you awake enough? I'll be happy to. Or do you want to go grab a coffee or something first? Whatever you like. Okay. I need you at your best. Okay, so you're ready then? Okay. So, and then of course I'm going to do a video on it for later tonight. But here's how this thing basically works. So let's take this chart here and I'm going to take everything off it. Let's see here. We're, we're going to take everything off the fire lines except for the inflection point. So we'll just do that. All we want to see is the inflection point. Okay, so here's today's inflection point right there. Now I'm going to turn it into, say, a 1 hour chart because we want to get multiple days worth of inflection points. Get that out of the way. And let's just squish this up a bit. And there. Okay. So here, well, I'll expand it a bit because the orphan is right there. Move that and put them there. Okay, so back on Wednesday, October the 2nd, 2 days ago, this was the inflection point. Now notice that at no time did that level get hit until today. And the next orphan is right here, right there. Same thing. So I left that one so that we can put the line on it right there. Bam. So there, I'm just going to get rid of that for now. Move you out of the way. So we hit both of them today. We took everything out. Okay, so now let's scroll back. And I think I have one. See, all of these. Oh, yeah. So here's the downside one right here. So exactly. That's it exactly. So it's something you need to pay attention to because the Exactly. They need some love. And it's very similar to the idea of gaps. Gaps love to get filled, they need to be filled. Well, more so with these inflection points because there are standing orders there. There's liquidity there. So we can always see as the market trends, they just go down and touch it. So in an uptrend, the inflection point more often than not acts as support when the trend is strong. Here it touched it at like 9 o'clock at night right here, and up it went. Then it came back down, but that was touched, and then this one came right back down, and yada yada. It all does its thing. Now, so that was on the S&Ps. So now let's just flip over here and we'll go to the NASDAQ. Where are you? Here we are. And we do the same thing. Only in this case, the NASDAQ did shoot up and hit its IP up here, its inflection point. So no orphan there that day. And then it made double sure the next day when it did it. So here it was hitting it right there. Now, just to really demonstrate how powerful this is, I'm going to now put this down to say a 1 minute. And we can see with the 1 minute that it went right to it. Let me expand it. To the tick. And then it pulled back over 20 points. Then it waffled around. And then it moved higher. Okay, so that worked out absolutely beautifully. So that's the NASDAQ taking out its orphan. Now let's go back and we'll do the S&P again. And where are you, S&P? There you are, S&P. And we're down to the 1 minute, and here we go. So it went right to it, missed it by just a couple of ticks, and it came all the way back down. Then it came right back. Now that's the second orphan. This is the first one, I do believe. Let me scroll back a little bit because it took out both of them. I'll go back up here. Let's go to a 10 minute. That might get us something here that I can see. Right. So the first one here was, that was the first FireLine target too. Let me just put the targets back on here. 1 and 2. There we go. So as we can see, in both cases, so this is the first FireLine right here. And the second FireLine target was exactly the same as the orphan. So there we are. Those are the orphans. So whenever an IP remains unhit, or whatever you want to call it, they become a magnet for price. So do you have any questions? Because we can do this on stocks. We can do it on anything if you want to see more examples. Okay, good. So I'll actually do, a more polished video on this kind of thing, and and then open up the comments for comments and questions. So that's kind of what I want to do with the stream, is not just sit here and babble on, because I can do that really well. I want to actually start teaching people some stuff. Exactly. On a retracement. So if the market is strongly trending, here, since the market's not open yet, let's squish this all up and let's go to a 1 hour chart. Let's squish everything up and we'll get rid of those. We'll get rid of the fire lines for the, except for the, what am I doing? Oh, these are moving averages. I don't need those. Settings over, I don't need that. What am I doing to myself? See, too early. I need more coffee. I need more coffee. There we go. That's better. All right. So we already know about those ones. So let's just squish this thing right up and let's go and see some examples of this in real time. So we know we have this one here, right? We've got that orphan. So that's to the downside. So you can write that down. I'll put that back up there. So write that level down. Actually, what I'll do is I'll send everybody out an email with these levels so that they, so we know where they are. And then here's another one here. See, I didn't put some of them in yet, just so that we can do them together here. So there's one. That one has not been hit. And those ones were hit. And we can see that this one was orphaned here, right there. And of course it got hit about a week or two later, not even. So there was that one. And you can go back when you have these lines, you can go back in time and totally see. Here's another one here. Came down, took it out before challenging the highs. This one over here, we can see, let me just draw a trend line. And it just goes on and on and on. And this is how markets move. This is how things happen. And there it is. And look at that. It just like smoked it in 2 days, got all the way down. And then it held for a while before it decided to drop. Let's see what else. So this one over here, we can bring this one all the way over here. And look where it ended up. It came it finally tagged it, right? Before putting in new highs. So if you think of it kind of like a gap getting filled, yeah, that's what I was saying. This is wonderful for swing traders, but the intraday traders need to know about it too, because you don't want to be, at 10:30 in the morning selling right into that level. So even though it's perfect for swing traders, you, as an intraday trader, you better know where that level is, or you're going to buy or sell right into it and get smoked. So this is what, I tell my subscribers and that sort of thing, and my consulting clients is you need to know where these levels are. I write them down every day because I don't want lines all over my chart. I need a clean chart to work with. So I just write the levels down. So I have a little thing that says an orphan column, upside and downside. So I always know where I am. And again, that's the beauty of these fire lines. You know where you are. And that's what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, any questions on that? I'll get rid of this stuff, and because we're going to have the open in less than 10 minutes, and I don't want to take up everybody's time. So these are all gone. So now we can get rid of them. They are now done. So just take them off. It's a one-shot deal. It's not like support and resistance. It's a one-shot deal. So once they're hit, they're hit. So get rid of the line. So all we have now are those two down here for the downside. And there we are. right, so let's get that back. Let's go back. What time frame do you guys like to look at? 1 minute, 2 minute, 5, 10? What's your okay, good stuff. I'll just chuck it on a 2 minute for now, I guess. 5 minute, perfect. There we go. Now we'll just spread this out a bit. Our orphans have been dealt with, and so now let's just put the lines back on. Doop, doop. There we go. So all we need, oh, look at that. And probably don't need the downside, but we'll put them on anyway. There we go. We'll leave the labels off for now. So look at that. We're halfway to the third. So this might be very tricky trading now. Once you've had that kind of power, it can really be something. And remember the last 2 days, we've been stuck inside the value range. So this was all last night and early morning. Look at this. I mean, just completely and totally stuck. So we had two, and there was yesterday's fiasco of a market. So yeah, it just built up all this pressure and then just absolutely launched. So there we are. So this could get tricky. Oh yeah, absolutely. You play the lowest risk you can, but if it moves in the right direction, it's going to move hard. Like that report was very strong, incredibly strong. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that like button. That button or can. God, I've got that frog in my throat still. There we go. So now we're back down to the second. Well, actually, I better, because I know people are moving in and out going, what are those lines? So I better put them back up here. The labels, so they know, so we all know what's going on here. Labels. There we go. Oh, so sometimes, just so you know, because, get rid of it. And we got to put it back on. It's a glitchy thing with trading view is sometimes you have to restart the indicator. Oh, put it on twice. I don't need it twice. That's for sure. There we go. There we are. All back to normal. righty. Okay, just a couple more minutes until the open. Let's see what it's going to do. Now, one thing what did happen is interest rates went flying. They really, really went up. So, in other words, the bond markets and note market all dropped. So, with the strength of that report. So now there's a very good possibility that this market can really drop from here, like tank. I don't think the market had priced in. Remember, we were talking about discounting pricing. Um, I don't think they counted on that being so strong. So, Pete, with interest rates going up, the stocks might just go down. So be very careful. Don't know how they're going to respond at the open when the big, when the big market on open orders hit. So be very, very careful at the open. It can go either way here. Just because it's strong now doesn't mean it'll be strong on the bell. Well, that second is really holding support. Alrighty. Here we go. And they're off. Well, that's a pretty sluggish start. I guess they used up all their ammunition at the report release. Here we go. So does anybody have any questions? Just type away. That's what I'm here for. Otherwise, you'll get me starting to babble to myself, and that's never a good thing. Okay, cool. Okay, perfect, Erkan. Hey there, how you doing? I sure hope you hit that like button. Alrighty. I don't know if you were here before, George. We were talking about doing or talking about orphans, the orphan levels of the inflection point. Oh, okay. Did you have frost overnight? Oh, okay. That's good. Good, good. Look how quiet it is. I can't believe it. After such a big number, this market is like dead quiet, just stuck at the second. Actually, it's kind of neat. The NASDAQ going up and up, of course. And it's now found support on not only its second upside target, but also the orphan. So that's pretty strong. And the Nasdaq, the orphan and the second target were the same number, within like 2 points. All right, what is this thing going to do? I knew you were short. I knew it. I could tell. I'm looking at it. Key reversal, key bar down, then the bounce off the second, then the break. I knew you were short. That was a nice 10-point winner. Excuse me. You might be able to stay short all day. That might be the high of the day. Hmm. It sure got quiet. Boy, this is worse than watching paint dry at the moment. Wow. Oof. Boy, it is barely moving. This is part of the 98% boredom that traders have to endure. Just waiting. So I'm just looking over here at the other monitor. The NASDAQ is just sitting there. Has been for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, just sitting at its second. Just even more so than the S&P. The S&P is drifting above and below it, but NASDAQ's sitting right on it. Come on down. Come on down. George needs a new pair of shoes. NASDAQ's just starting to break down below its second. Its 1 hour has rolled over. It's actually been stuck in the abattoir for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been in there for quite a while. 10, 15 minutes. It's been stuck in there. Wonder if I took a screenshot, if I can pop it over there. I want to try that. I'm learning more and more about how all this stuff works. So let's see here. If I did that. Let's see. Let's see. If I plop it here. Oop. That's not quite what I meant to do, but let's see if it works. Let's see if that works. That'll be good if it does. Let's see. Yes, it worked. Okay, so there's the NASDAQ. Excuse me. See how it's stuck. And we'll get more into that that red dynamic line in the future. In the next week we'll get into it. But we can see how it held it kind of, it just cradled. It just cradled price like so, and is now rolling over. This green line here is the second, as well as its orphan. So yeah, so it's cradled that nicely. So you might be doing okay there, George. Now, how do I get rid of this thing? That is the question. If I move this out of here, it might go blank. I don't know. Yikes. All right. What do I do? Escape. All right. I might have to restart the stream because I'm going to get rid of that. Yep, I have to restart. Hold on, guys. All right. So let's we'll do this and we'll do that. No, I don't have to restart it, but it's just going to be kind of weird. Guess I won't do that again. I won't do that again. There we go. Okay. We'll do that to there. I'm getting there, folks. I'm getting there. Yay. Okay. I really botched that up, didn't I? Now let's just see. I get over here, make sure you can see everything. Yeah, I think I hooped it. All right. I have found the breaking point. Okay, so let's try this again here. There we go. We're back. We're back. There we go. I think. I think. Way to go, Ercan. Awesome. Good stuff. I was too busy. I missed it. I saw it here, but I botched up the the live stream, so I had to fix it. That's all right. It's more important that you guys learn how to do this stuff. Now, there. The stream is back. It's alive. All right. No struggle bus today. So, Erkan, I just want to see if I did it properly. Were you able to see that cradling effect on the NASDAQ and that eventually sent it right down? Could you see that picture I put up there? Darn, I can't believe I missed that. Oh well. That was the trade of the day right there, I think. Nice, George. Nice. All right. All righty then. That's great. So you guys have money in the bank. Now I need some. Now I just have to patiently wait. I'll get one. Might be here a while, but I'll get one. God, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. Market's only been open for not even half an hour. Alrighty. NASDAQ still dropping. And S&P is just kind of slowing down there a bit. No, no, there we go. So Erkan, am I pronouncing your name properly? Is it Erkan? Or Erkin? Oh, Aircan. Aircon? Aircon. Okay, perfect. All right. I can remember that. Thank you for that. All righty. Now this thing's going to shoot right up. Oh, of course. Can't go around mispronouncing people's names. That's kind of ignorant. It'll be interesting. This thing, now that it's wiped everybody out that went long, they're going to send it right back up again. Or does it tank? Incoming. Oh, it's my sister. Hold on, let me mute that. I'll mute it. There we go. I'm back. Look at it rocket higher. These guys. Wow. Well, Ericon, if you're trading the NASDAQ, we better get ourselves over there, shouldn't we? So we can see what's going on. There we go. Oh, we can see the orphans still there. I haven't taken those lines off, and these were other ones from before. They're gone. There we go. So the orphan has been hit. We don't need to worry about it anymore. And there we have it. There. Alrighty. Well, there we have it. Do, 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 do. Okay. All right, now slipping back into the value range. Wow. Wow. And the S&P's right behind it, doing the same thing. Look at that tank. Well, let's see what happens when it hits the inflection point. That's going to be critical now here because that was our support all night. Once it got above it, starting around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock last night, that was support. If that goes, we're definitely going to the lower value level for sure. The one thing, however, that I haven't seen yet, we haven't seen a retest of this high. This thing is like dropped 300 points almost from 2100, well, 250 points anyway. We had a little bounce here at 10 o'clock, but for the most part, it was straight down. So I think there's going to be just even a little retest, maybe back up to the first. So we'll see. We shall see. Way to go there, Aircon. That's awesome. Well done. Well done. Joe, AK Trader, affectionately called George, he's probably left and he's counting all his money. He probably jumped on the short too. Now we definitely, I really want to bounce here. It'd be very nice to have a bounce. There's our bounce. Now I think we're going to get our bounce. basically the inflection point is held. Now I'm talking about the NASDAQ now. S&P's shooting up as well. So now I'm just waiting for a reset on my chart. Here, I shouldn't say reset, a setup. I'll let you know when I jump in if it sets up. I did have the setup, as I said, but I was too busy monkeying around with that picture I put in there and couldn't get rid of. Boy, look at this S&P. The S&P's gone up 20 points. 20 points. Look at this. NASDAQ's gone up over 100. Wow. That's crazy. Nice. Nice one. I see what you did. I know what you did. You can't hide from me. I know what you did. I can see it. We very well could. Ericon, I'm just waiting for remember I was and we'll get into this later on because I don't want to I when I used to teach like 20 years ago, uh, people would get overwhelmed if I put too much information and then they'd really mess it up. So we'll start talking about the dynamic fire lines, the averages that we use next week. I'll bring you up to speed on those. But right now, here, I'll just pop it on here for now. I think I can do it here. Yeah, so we can see it here, I think. No, what's that? That's not it. Let's get rid of that thing. Here we go. Let's just get it set at a good time. Settings, settings. There we go. And we'll go into more detail on this thing. But right now, that's going to stand in the way. This is what I refer to as the dynamic line. And so my trade was up here. When it turned, remember I was talking about that cradling effect? And there it is here. So when the prices came down and got stuck, the second target was acting as support, but our dynamic here was acting as resistance. And if you look in the PDF file, we call that the abattoir. So when prices get stuck between the moving average, which is basically what this thing is, and a fire line, and you get this cradling effect, it's building that pressure. And so I couldn't see anything. I was blind when it happened. So, and then there it was. Boom. So I missed it. But that's all right. That's all right. This thing sets up all the time. So now I just have to wait for another one. So there we are. So we shall add the dynamic. But we'll talk. I'll talk more about how to calculate it next week. But for now, we'll just leave it up there so you can see it. That was one strong bounce. I've got one 10-minute S&P candle, and it's 23 points long. 23 points. Oh, in case you're wondering what this thing is down here, this is just an ATR set to 1. So I can tell how big each candle is individually. So I don't use it as an indicator, I use it as a measuring tool. Well, that was a good one. Way to go, guys, for catching that. That was a good trade to the downside. All right. Well, we have another beautiful sunny day here. Things definitely autumn is here. The leaves are almost all off the trees. Well, no, that's an exaggeration. About half. Hey there, how you doing? You missed the big lesson on orphans and then the big trade to the short side. Hope you caught it though, trading. I was hoping you'd be in here for it. Hey, are you kidding me? 22 points? That's huge. That's awesome. Exactly. And you won't believe it. I messed up on the stream. I put a an overlay of a chart on, and I and I didn't know what I was doing. So I lost everything. I had to restart it. And of course, during the restart, I missed my setup. I missed the sell up here, the cradling here, the rolling over at the second. But AK Trader and Aircan, they got it. They caught it. So, but oh no, not me. So now I have to wait for another setup. But I'm glad to hear you got it. So are you now pretty well flat after your day on the struggle bus? That's all right. Trades are like subways, they they come and go every few minutes, so I don't cry too hard about it. After 40 years, I've learned, but that's all right. It's more important that I show you guys what I'm doing here and how this works. There's actually an incredible amount of volume already. Huge. I don't think they were expecting those numbers to be so strong. Oh, good, good. I'm glad. Excellent. So that you can see it right up here. And so next week I'll do a I'll do another little presentation. I'm kind of thinking if we came in early before the market opens, like maybe 8:30 after a report, and I can do a lesson kind of thing, do 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes of a little lesson, and then go take it into the open. Might be a good format. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to write a note about that. There we go. Now you can use, as far as that, like for instance, I like that one. That's a 12 MA, but you can use whatever uh, moving average you like. If you like an 8 EMA or a 21 EMA or a 14, you pick it. You pick it because um, the big number is of course the fire line, and then the moving average giving you trend direction. Um, Whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you're happy, whatever you trust, that's the one you use. All right. Down. So what happened here? How come this one's stalled out? Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay, I think. Did we just tag the IP? Hmm. That's funny. Oh, that's because it's the Nasdaq. Okay, so the S&P, the S&P just hit its inflection point and it bounced off it. As you can see, Nasdaq's still a distance away, but not much. Yeah, and then that's basically the setup. You download the PDF trading, because there's a little section in there called the abattoir, and it touches on that when you get when the market gets trapped between a fire line and your moving average, whatever one you like. When it gets trapped like that, it's just built. Okay. If you have the link, if not, I think the link is in. Yeah, the link is in the description on the live stream. So, and that becomes incredibly powerful. And when it turns over, I'll tell you basically how this works, because there are a whole lot of algorithms out there. Since an algorithm is a mathematical formula, you need to have a baseline, right? You have to have something to equate to. And a lot of them use average pricing. Some use VWAP, some use, I mean, they're all different. That's what makes the market. So for me, with this, as soon as this rolls over, that tells me that program trading is now going to look to sell, and they're going to need a reason to sell. Some of them use time. They'll sit there and say, oh, okay, so if it sits there without doing anything for 10 minutes and that MA has rolled over bearish, it's transitioned from bullish to bearish, then they'll just start selling. And it's completely autonomous, it's programmed, and there's no human intervention, which makes it really tricky unless you that's where these fire lines come in. That's why we use them. But and so that was my sell signal, was right there, because I saw the average roll over, and the support of the fire line was taken out. So I knew, and it would be really neat, because I'd like to see, because you're running Bookmap, right? I'd be very interested to see if they took out on Bookmap, if you could see that, if there were a whole bunch of orders that were holding there and then they pulled them out. Because I'll bet you, if you were to look at time in sales or a depth of market, that is probably what happened. They pulled the support. Yeah, there you go. That's what I mean. There you go. So they pushed it to the second, and then the second held. Yeah, there you go. So so we're all doing the same thing, sort of, just differently. A market, it's like a game of tic tac toe. You know, it can go up, it can go down, or go sideways. That's it. And and at the end of the day, when you do all the analysis, it all comes up very, very close. But you have to be aware that that's happening. So many, like I've gone on to so many of these live streams and just been a lurker. Yeah, perfect, wonderful. Um, just lurking and watching people trade and calling their trades out. Like the chat would start calling trades out, and I just sat there and I watched. And AK Trader up there, my good friend, he did the same thing. And we would chat at night or something, go, what are these guys doing? They have no idea where they are. And, they're just randomly buying and selling. So, which can become very dangerous. And that's why most of them lose. That's what it comes down to, is they're essentially gambling, unfortunately. But anyway, there we are. Yeah. So I saw you did a short. You're going to have to teach me how to do a short. It came in on my feed. I went, "Oh, there he is." So you passed your trade day? That's what the short said. That you got it, you broke, you got your 1,000 target. Ha ha ha. That's awesome. So, yeah, so I just saw it I saw the short uh yesterday. It came through. You're going to have to show me how to make shorts. Is it more or less the same? Okay, so S&P is just bouncing around on its inflection point. Nasdaq's hovering above it. Cap cut. Oh, I see. So you take a normal video, like something that you shot, and then you can cut it up and splice it back together, and that's how you make a short. Nice. Okay, cap cut. Cap cut. Okay, that's video editing. Yeah, you did a great job. That was awesome. I loved it. I was going, oh, he's gonna have to show me how to do that. I'll start punching those out 10 a day. That was a lot of fun watching those. Well, gee, I wonder if the fireworks are over for today. It is Friday after all. Everybody's made their money or lost their money and shut down. And they're going, well, what am I going to risk for? and they're going out to enjoy the day. Who knows? Well, I'll give it another hour and see what happens at London. Maybe they'll let me on. Maybe they'll give me a trade. Everything's looking pretty quiet now. Alrighty. So have you actually started trading the funded account? I'll tell you why, because I did trade day. Oh, I guess it was about a year ago or so. I don't know. AK Trader he'll let you know. Anyway, so I passed it. I did the $50,000 one and I passed it. And then it was going to be $130. Well, this was before they actually had the live sim. They chucked you into a live account, and it was going to be like $130 for the exchange fees. And I said, "Oh well, geez, I'm already paying the exchange fees. I don't want to do it twice." So that's why I didn't keep going with them, but I did pass. Um, it was great. I had a lot of fun doing it. And so I was actually thinking of doing another one just for the stream because they've got a sale going at what 50% off or something. So for $80 or $85, whatever it is, I was going to do another one. Oh yes, I remember hearing that. Well, I told you, I promise you, we're going to help you out and we'll get you back on track there. But hey, you had a good day today and you had a good day yesterday. $130. That's But anyway, so now you're in the live sim, right? You're not paying for exchange fees, right? Right. Okay. And at what point funded sim? That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. But they didn't have that when I did it. So I still have the account at Dorman and everything on it. Exactly. And then, which is great because it gives you time to build up the 5K because you're going to have to pay for the exchange fees. I get that. So that's why I think that's a really good feature about that. Okay, so we went up to that moving average there, bounced right off it. Okay. S&P's a mile away from its. It's still 10 points below its average. Yeah, so I think I'll sign up for the a 50K account over the weekend. Take advantage of that. So did you have to do any resets along the way? I was pretty lucky. I did it the first go round. But I see. Okay. Well, that 10,000 account, that's really only $1,000. Well, doesn't take long to go through $1,000. That's for sure. Even those micro Nasdaqs can move like crazy. Yep, that's the way to do it. Position sizing / risk management is everything. So I'm going to go over there. So the 10,000 account is 1,000. I just want to say now, is that your, yeah. I'm actually recent. Oh, okay. Ooh, I'd like to watch that. Once you've got that, shoot me the link, or I guess I can just go over to your channel. Okay, so let me just see here. Um, okay, so the $10,000 tier. Hold on, where are you? I don't even see it anymore. Is it gone? I see the 50,000. Did they take? Okay, great, thanks. Did they stop with the? Doesn't even look like it anymore. Anyway, with the $50,000 one, uh, is really $2,000, right? And you got to make 2,500. Well, that's what it was when I did it, as well. I see. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do the 50K one. That's what I did before. I don't have a problem with that. So what are these reward points? I, that's new since I've been there. Reward points. Let's see how this works. Well, I think you guys might have got all the trades. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Here's my email. Oh, they're not gonna. I don't think they let me put it on here. Let me try it this way. Rob at FireLines. Maybe they won't know that this dot ca. Yep, they let me. Okay, so it's just Rob at FireLines.ca. It might. It's worth a try. I'm trying to. It's worth a try. Yeah, I can use a different email for sure. Okay. Thank you, sir. So does it work kind of the same way as like an affiliate program, or is it a rewards point? Reward points. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. So here, let me get over here. Let me check my email. I will do that on the weekend when I get everything when I set all this stuff up. Okay, I've got it. Got it. Okay, so interesting. So you get the 20% discount, but I wonder if you're doing the rewards, if you get the 50%. Be interesting. I don't know. I guess we will see. Oh, way to go there, George. Yes. Oh, I see. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yes, I remember the Oct 50 code. Yeah, you must have been sitting there for a little bit there, George. Yeah, it just sat there around the inflection point on the S&P. You're trading the S&P, right? Yeah, I thought so. Well, let's see if we get another cradling. Let's see if we get that MA to transition from bearish to bullish. If that's the case, then I get to go long. I'll get a trade. Yay. All you guys are making money today. I'm just sitting here in front of my screen doing nothing at the moment. All right. Okay. Up to 50. So how long did it take you trading to pass that eval or challenge or whatever they call it? Nice, very well done. That's great. That's great. $1,000 with one micro, so that's excellent. Yeah, when I did mine, it took me 19 days, but 7 of those days I was all busted up. I had hurt myself, so I was just I couldn't trade. I was too. Yeah. So yeah, my I did the 50K one. I think it took me, well, tell you exactly what it was. It was 19 minus 7. So 11, 8, 11, 13 days, 11 days, 12 days. Boy, my poor brain's getting squirrely. And I did it with micros too. Yeah, a couple times I when I knew I had my number one set up, I went in with a big one. But that was very risky. So you were averaging like 150, $200 a day then with the micro. That's fantastic. Well, 21, we can figure that out easily. On divided by 21. So you were averaging 50 bucks a trade. You want to know something kind of neat? George, or AK Trader, he'll remember this. Years ago, back in the early 2000s, at the turn of the century, by golly, I did something called the $50 challenge for my students at the time. Just make $50 a day. If you can make $50 a day, then you can be a millionaire. Do you know how few people could do it? It was amazing. But that's all it takes, because then you just add size, right? If you can make $50 a day per contract, and then next thing you know, you're trading 5 micros. Now you're at 250 a day. And then it just builds from there. It's all you need to do is make 50 bucks a day. Remember that, George? Remember the $50 challenge in the days of Eric and Sherry and Spike? That's it. That's the way to do it. And of course, Shifu Butchie. Simple seers, simple doers. Yep. It's not as easy as people think to make 50 bucks. But that's all it takes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are the good old days. Yeah, that'll be super successful trading, because there's so many people out there that need that kind of, you know, that kind of size, nice and small, easy to manage, and relatable numbers. Like George will tell you, there was a time when, holy molies, I'm trying to think how big that trade was. I remember it was 150 gold contracts, full size, not micros, not minis, full size gold contracts. It was 150 of them, and 400 options, all different expiries. And I got a call from Peregrine Financial, and I got a call and said, "Well, one of our guys, we're in trouble here. We need help getting out." So I got them out of that jam. But George, how long did I do that? I got them flat in a day with a profit, right? Or maybe it took me 2 days. God, it was so long ago now. Jeez. But yeah, that was my biggest trade. That was millions. That one. Millions. And I think I did it live because I happened to have like 30 people in, well, in those days was a live stream. They were called webinars back then. And we were live on a go-to meeting live. And then when I got this, and I said, all right, we'll do it live. Remember that, George? I remember Jim Rember in there. He was freaking out. That's right. That's the one. So trading and aircon, that trade I did was $60,000 a tick, not a point, a tick. But you see what happens is at that point it's not money anymore. You know, it's just a number. But by trading like one micro, that's relatable money. We all can relate to that. I mean, I can't relate to $60,000 a tick. It was just, it was just a number. Holy molies. That's right. He was definitely on the struggle bus on that one. There's our bounce. No, come on. Come on back down. Look at that. It's just not letting me on this silly thing. Not without a whole lot of risk. Excuse me. Okay, we're getting our transition. We have transition now, a little pullback, and let me on. All right. Well, the S&P made it back to its first, and Nasdaq's almost halfway to its second. Alrighty. Well, it sure got awfully slow, so just waiting for the pullback here. Are you in anything at the moment, George? Or are you just sitting waiting too? Are you still in Aircon? In trading? Or am I just sitting here babbling to myself like I usually do all night long? Okay, you're flat. Oh, awesome. Okay, trading. Pop. Oh, no, they won't let you put a link in the chat. Just email it to me. I can send it to everybody. Yeah, the best trade. All right, you guys caught it. You guys got the good one, that's for sure. No, 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 George. You keep them. No more struggle busing. You had an awesome day. Don't turn a winning day into a losing one. That's a big rule. Oh, and so George, what we can do is I've got trading sent me the link so that we can get $50 off. Um, so that'll be good. So I don't know what's your weekend like. We can jump on a call and sign up. Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Well, the S&P made it back up to its first target. I know what I should do. What I did yesterday, I should have put two charts up there. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'll get it figured out yet. I know. What if I made this? I did, yes. Yep, I've got it. Thanks, Trading NQ. Yeah, I got it. Yep, I sure will. That's what I was just referring to. We'll get together on tomorrow, he and I, and get all set up. So let me try this. If I go, see if we can get this thing. If I minimize that, not minimize it, but do that. Ah, there we go. And we make it 2 panes. Wait, there. Go 2. There we go. Okay. So we've got all that there. Okay, so there's that one. And this one, let's get it straightened out. So we're going to do a minute there. And we don't need that there. Get everything all straightened out. FireLines. There we go. And let's change this dynamic to the 12 style. Let's make it red so we know what we're doing here. Make it visible. There we go. Ta-da! There we go. S&P is on the left, NASDAQ is on the right. I've got this set up. I have this set up differently just because of I was doing a video about it. So let's get those settings changed. Put you back to blue. And we'll get the plots in there. Okay. There we go. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I have to too. Oh, that'd be nice. Woohoo! But thanks for popping in, Trading. And yeah, I'll be ducking out of here in about 15 minutes. Yeah, that was great. I gotta screw down my deck. Oh, Taylor, nice to meet you. I'm Rob, if you haven't figured that one out yet. So we have Aircon, Taylor, George, and Rob. Band of bandits. Okay, well, you guys have yourself a terrific weekend trading. And oh, I did too. I'm actually a licensed carpenter myself. Not a word of a lie. Are you leaving Aircon? Yeah, seriously. Seriously, yep. Aw. Aw. Thank you, thank you. And I promise, Aircon, I'll start getting some how-to videos out for you. But I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to pick off a little trade here. Boy, it sure got quiet. It really got quiet. That might be it. Oh, no problem. That's what it's all about. I'm going to pass the information along to the next generation. Okay, trading. That would be awesome. Or I should say Taylor. Taylor. Well, I think you guys got the trade. I think I'm going to be skunked today. Cheers. That would be awesome, Ericon. I actually do have one. I do have one. I'm afraid to go there though because I don't want. Oh, maybe if I add another tab. No, that won't work. I blew it before, but I do have one. Let me go. Let me see. It won't let me give you the link on this chat here, but let me just pull it up. Okay, let me give you an invite. Okay, now how do I do this? FireLines. So I want to invite somebody. Oh, there we go. Add. Create an invite. Well, we'll do Smoozy. And I know you're in here somewhere. Copy. Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. So I need a, can't you text in there? It's not the same thing? Obviously not. Okay. Okay, well. Oh, I see. It says it's a text channel. It says text channels and then voice channels. Gosh, this is like, so I can't. I have all these like chickens and cats. Oh my goodness. Okay. I must be able to text. I must be allowed to text. Yeah, I texted. Okay. Okay, so let's go back over here. Now why. Okay, so that works. That makes sense. I'm trying to figure this all out here. Oh. Okay. Anyway, I'll figure it out. Look at that. Right back down to the inflection point on the S&P and right down to the upper level on the NASDAQ. Come on, guys. I think I'm doomed. I don't think I'm going to get a trade. That's all right. I had a ton of fun here with you guys anyway. Okay, well, I guess it is that time of day. I'm going to give it a call and wish everyone a very safe and fun weekend. All right, we shall see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.